be looking at databases. So let's start. Okay, here we are. The instruction says you are now going to prepare some reports. One of the elements of a database is reports. Make sure that all currency values display the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. They are set to 2 decimal places. So, step 16. Examine the file N2302V games.csv, and identify the most appropriate field to set as a primary key. Don't forget, a CSV file is a text file where CSV stands for comma separated values, and a primary key is a unique key, that is a field that uniquely identifies every record in the database or in the table. So let's examine the file and identify. For whatever reason, if you ever open the file, you are supposed to close it before you begin to import. So if you open it for whatever reason, like I have it, it's just to see it. You can see this is game title, and this is rank, this is game code, platform, release year, genre, game publisher, global sales, and price. So we look for the particular field that uniquely identifies every record, and from here we can see that game code uniquely identifies every record here. There are no two codes, there are no two games that have the same code, so to say. Here, so we can see that, and then we know. So after opening it for whatever reason, we are supposed to close this back and go back to the question. So the question says, using database software, import the file games. So the database software I want to use here is Microsoft Access. So I'm going to open Microsoft Access. Yes, I'm going to create a blank database, and I'm going to save it as October November 2023 database. You could just give it a simple name. So I will locate where I want to save it in, and I'm saving it in my work area so that I can easily locate it. Okay, then I will click on create. So I have this. So again, the question says, using the database software, import the file games.csv. So I want to import it now. To import, you go to external data. Please take note of this, external data. Then under the import and link, come to text file. Why? Because a CSV file is a text file. So you click on this and locate your source file folder. My source file folder is in paper 2, and the name of the file is games. So I click and then I say okay. So having examined the file, I'll come to next. Here I can see that the first row is quite different from other rows. So I'm going to click on first row contains field names. Thereafter, I come to advanced. Come back to advanced so that you check the data type and every other information. So you'll be doing that using the data dictionary table given to you in the question. So you look at the field names, you look at the data type. So for game title, we have text, number, text, text. Okay, so I go text, that's the first one, game title, then rank, number, what type of number, 0 decimal places. So we could store it as an integer then. So because it's 0 decimal place, integer, then game code, text, platform, text. Okay, then release year, number, 0 decimal places. So we can set it as integer because it has no decimal place. Okay, so release here is number, and then that's integer. Then genre is text, game publisher is text. So let's see, genre text, game publisher text. Then global sales, number, 3 decimal places. So I could leave it as double. Double is a type of number or numeric data that accept decimal parts. So I leave it as double for global sales. Then I come to price according to the instruction. price could be number or currency, and it should be set to 2 decimal places. So I'm going to change this one to currency. Yeah, then 2 decimal places. I will show you where to set that. Then set the identified field as the primary key. So when we open the file, we realize that game code is the preferred field for the primary key, game code. So I'm going to do that and set that as primary key. So having done this, also for this Cambridge exam, it is the date format and time format is usually in DMY format. So learn to change it to DMY because it's a British exam, DMY, and I say okay. Then come to next and set the primary key. Next, so choose my own primary key, and we said game code is preferred as primary key. Then we say next and save the table. Finish. So you're done with this. Now, having saved, imported successfully, you could open the table and open it in design view to further set the formatting, so you can confirm what you have done: game title, text, rank, number, and then look at everyone. So what are those things we did not do? Global sales to 3 decimal places and price 2 decimal places. Global sales, so you come to global sales, then under decimal places you pick 3, and after you have picked 3, under format, then you make it fixed so that it can follow the 3 decimal places you have made it to be. Then under currency, 2 decimal places, so you come to currency and set it to 2 decimal places for currency. So you could also look at it and make it fixed so that it will be 2 decimal places for currency. You can see I needed to click on currency here before I'll come and edit or format that field. So having done all this, then I've saved the data. Then okay, I need to save it. To save it, just right click on the tab for this table, save. You can delete this as we don't need it. Okay, so right click and save. And the next instruction says that place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used. So field names, these are the field names, data types, and the primary key. So you take the screenshot of this. Taking the screenshot, show the name of the table and show the primary key, the data type. Having taken that, go back to the evidence document and you put it there. That's evidence what, that is step 16. Yeah, so you paste it under step 16. So that is done. Then the next one will be number 17 or step 17. Import the file platforms as a new table into your database. So you come back to your database, go to external data, the same place we went to import and link, text file, and come to the source file folder. The name of that file is platforms, so you pick platform.csv, open, then you say okay. Next, you see that the first row is quite different from every other row, so you set that as the row that contains field names. Then you go to next and then come to advanced, then check what you need to set under the advanced according to the instruction. Use the field names and data types provided. Set platform as the primary key. Set platform as the primary key. So as the data type provided, we are meant to use it to change this one to DMY2. Always know, follow this. Then you say okay. Next, then choose my own primary key and pick the primary key, which is platform. Okay, platform, the primary key, here is it. So set it as the primary key, say next, and click on finish. So the table has been successfully imported. The same thing you did to others. Open it in design view and look at it, check that everything is set for the platform. Right click in design view and you have that platform is set as primary key, and the instruction says place in your evidence document a screenshot to show that the primary key, data type, and everything has been set. One mark So you take the screenshots again, then and pick the name of the table, which is platform. Or better still, you might need to close this so that it does not show there for this. Okay, platform. Then you can take it now, so that the name of the table will be there. Then you pick this and go to your evidence document and paste it there as evidence step 17. This is the evidence for it. Then you go back to your work, create a one-to-many relationship between platform in the platform table and platform in the games table. A one-to-many relationship. Please take note of this. Now to create that, go back to your database software. You can save this and close. Then it's a good thing. Then you go to database tools and create relationships. Okay, when you have it, click on this and click on add. Click on the second table and click on add. Then you close this. Then make sure nothing is hidden here. So open it up like this so that nothing is hidden. So the question says from platform to platform. So you click on platform and drag it on platform. If you want, you can do it there and pick it and create a one-to-many. You can see the one-to-many relationship. Nothing should overlap, so you can move this around such that nothing will overlap. You can arrange it this way so that when you take the evidence, everything will be clearly seen. So click on, before you take the evidence, you must have clicked on this so that there must be a symbol that there's a connection between the two tables. So you click on create, and when you have this, you can come back to edit relationship to have it. So you bring this here and take the screenshot, to show that there is a one-to-many relationship. So having taken this, you come back to your evidence document and paste in step 18, right? Okay, you can see how visible and clear the screenshots look. Then take screenshots evidence, place in your evidence document. We have done that, very simple. Then step 19, in the games table, locate the record with the game code AC105, amend it. So the first thing you do is go back to it, say okay with this, you're done with this, save this and close the relationship. Then according to the instruction in the games table, so you open the games table and the instruction says in the games table, locate the record with the game code AC105. So the best thing you can do, look at this search bar, look at where my cursor is. So you can come here and type AC105. It should bring the record AC105. Why are we sorting by the game code? Because the game code is unique. So you can see that we have it, it has been selected. That's why we use the search bar here. So then what are we going to do with that record? They said the rank should be changed to 455. Rank should be changed to 455. Okay, you come here and edit it to 455. Good. Then the release here should be 2020. Release year 2020. Release year of that same record should be 2020 instead of 1992 that was there. Then the next one is action. Genre should be action. Genre. So let's locate the genre. Instead of simulation, we change it to action. So you need to be careful here, by following verification method. You have to compare what you are typing with what has been given to you in the question paper. Then you come to step 20. The question now says add the following as a new record. The other record we edited, it had been given already, but we needed to modify it. But here we are adding a new record, completely new. So you go back to it. So game title is printer. So you go back, game title. So to add a new record, you can click on new record here. You can see it here, new record, or you can come here under the home tab. You see new record. You can create a new record. So whichever way you can do it. So if I click here, now this is a new record row. Then what are we typing? Sprinter for game title. I'm going to type sprinter, and you have to type correctly sprinter to avoid error. That's what we call verification. Rank is 134. So I'll come here, rank 134. Then the next one is game code AC149. Game code will be AC149. Then the next one is platform GD. Platform is GD. Then the next one is release year 1999. And the next one is genre action. So under genre, I'll put action. Then the next one is a game publisher. I'll put Lowena Interactive. You can see it here, game publisher, Lowena Interactive. So I have to type it correctly, Lowena Interactive. So you go back to confirm, okay, the spelling. Then global sales is 6.230. 6.230. Then price is 12.80. Price is 12.80. Please take note of that, 12.80. So check your data entry for errors and save the data. This is for 2 marks. So now that I've entered it correctly, you can check through it. This is what type of verification is it? It's a visual check. We are checking visually to see what we have entered here is the same thing as it was given in the manuscript here. So then you save. To save it, just right click on this and click save, or just come to this button and click save. So either way, it will save what you have just entered. Then again, let me quickly go back to the introduction. They talked about something. They said make sure that all currency values displays the same currency and are set to 2 decimal places. Okay, we have ensured that. So the next thing is step 21, using field from both tables, produce a tabular report using field from both tables. Why? Because we have 2 tables in this database. We have this platforms table and games table. So you could just come here, save and close all the tables to ensure that all the records you have newly entered have been successfully saved. Now to do that, you come to create. The question will always tell you, using field from both tables, produce a tabular report. But you can't successfully create a report without first creating a query. Query is the object of the database that is used to manipulate the data in the database before a report for such will be created or printed, so to say. So you go back and create query. So you use query wizard. As a beginner, it's good to use query wizard. So click on query wizard and pick simple query wizard, click OK. So this is the first table, which is games. So pick everything, every fields in that table. Then come back here again and pick the second table, which is platforms. Then pick all the fields in the platforms. Then click next. So if you like, you can call it query, or just query 1 as the case may be, or just leave it as the default. Or you can also use the name of the report you want to create, which is sport titles released since 2021. So whichever one, or if you like, can call it step 21. So anyone you want to call it. In this case, let me call it step 21 so that you can relate with it. Step 21 to create the query. So this is the query. The query has been created. Fine. Step 21. So let's begin to edit or manipulate the data in the query. So the first instruction is to select the records where game title includes the text spot. Game title includes. What does it mean to say include? What does it mean to say include? I want to pay make emphasis. What does it mean to say includes? When you say includes, that means somewhere in the game title the word sport appears. Include the word or the text sport appears. So if you go back to it manually in the game title, if I open it up, anywhere we see sport, for example, let's look at it manually in the game title. Anywhere we see sport, so there is sport here, there is sport here, there is sport here, there is sport here. So anywhere we see sport, it should filter it out. So what do we do now? Go to the design view of the query. So you have several ways of going there. You can right click on it and come to design view, or you can just come to this edge and see design view, or you come to home and see design view of the query, whichever one you are free. So I'll come here, design view of the query. Then I have this. I want us to pay attention to all the data arrangements we have within the query design view. We have field that's going to show the fields we are working on, the table where that particular field is taken from, then sorting either ascending or descending order, show, that is to display a particular field or not, criteria, the search criteria or the filter criteria, we'll have it here. So let's go back to the question again. It said where the game title includes the text sports, includes the text sports. So how do we handle that? So we go to okay, I want us to see it clearly. So we go to game title under criteria. Includes means that you put a wild card called star or asterisk and put sports, because that's the text the instruction says we should look at. Said where the text includes sports. So if you notice, S is not put in this spelling, so you put the text sports. So having done that, then the next one, we have done that. So each time you have done that, please come and run it and see what happens. So how many records do we have now? Let's see how many records we have. We have 90. You know, do you know the number of records we had earlier? Okay, let me go back to it so that you see what I'm trying to say. Let me remove that and see the number of records we have earlier. So from there we can understand what has happened. So this is run initially. Let's see the number of records we have. Okay, yeah, we have 356 records. Okay, when we just created the query, we have 500 records. 500 record. Now that we filter it, because the instruction says where the game title, so you have to come under the game title column where the game title includes mean star or asterisk sports. That's the text given to us. Then you run it and see. So it has filtered it, and now we have how many records? Let's see how many records we have now. 90 that contain the word sport. You can even look at it visually. You see, if you open this up, you see all of this as the text or the word sports. You can see sports, 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 sports. That's why we put asterisk sports asterisk. Then what's the next instruction? Let's look at the next instruction. The next instruction says that the release year is 2011 or later. That is 2011 or later. So or later means any year from 2011 upward. Okay, good. So to do that, you go to release year. So let's go back and go to release year. Okay, and the design view of the query, go to release year. Then under the criteria row, so you just come release year and put 20. What was the year again? Let me confirm that. 2011 or later. So if they say 2011 or later, meaning that it is equal, greater or equal 2011. That is it. So whenever you are using relational operators and you want to use less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you don't start with equal sign. You start with either less than or greater than according to the instruction. So you are going to pick greater or equal 2011. So it's going to pick the year from 2011 upward. So let's run it and see what will happen having put that criterion. So let's see. Oh, now if you come to this now, you will see that we have 2011 is the minimum year and upward up to 2020. So how many records we have now? 32. So that is fine. Then the next instruction is shows only the fields rank, game title, release date or release year, release year, genre, then global sales, and console name. How many of them in this order? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in this order. So let's go. The moment you have that, you can just come back, and then with this just save it. Then you go to create. Don't forget, what we want to actually create is a report, but we needed to create a query for the report. So just come to report wizard. I told you, using the wizard template helps beginners. Report wizard, and you come here, then you are picking from the query, which is step 21. That's why I gave the title step 21, for us to be able to identify what we are picking. If not, many candidates in the past will make mistakes and pick from either this table or this table. But now that we have given it a name relating to the question we are working on, it will be easier for us to pick without making mistake. So let's go back to that question again and see the order. Okay, rank, game title, rank. So you pick in this order: rank, then game title. What else? There are 6 of them. Release year, genre, global. Release year, genre, then global sales. Then what else? Let's look at it. What else? Global sales. And after global sales, then we have console name. So let's look for console name. Okay, here are the 6 fields: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you come to next. Now you remember that somewhere in the question says do not group data. Let me talk about this part very well, because many candidates don't pay attention to this. Look at it. Do not group data. Look at it. Here is it. Do not group data. The data. So what does this mean? Now let me show you that so that you pay attention. Anytime you have selected, and if you look at the preview information and you see that the fields you have picked are in multi-levels, that means the data has been grouped. For example, if I click on platforms 2, you can see it has grouped it under console name. So when you see it in multi-level, it means the data has been grouped. But the question says do not group data, so you need to come and pick the other table to display all those 6 fields you have been told. Then you go to next. Now when you get to next, let's see the next instruction. The next instruction says sort the data into ascending order of release year. Now, like I like to tell many candidates in my videos, that I normally sort in the report, because I realize that will save you some of the orders of having to rearrange your data. So we have been told to sort in ascending order of release year. So most times this is what I do: ascending order of release year. So I don't sort here, so I just say next. I don't sort here, then I go to next. Tabular. If you remember when we started, they said tabular report. So let's check whether it's the orientation should be portrait. Okay, good. Portrait orientation. So I go back, so I pick portrait. Here is portrait, and all feeds on a page. So that's why this is checked. So you leave it, and they said tabular report. That's why it's on tabular by default. So I come to next. Now, what title do you want for the report? Somewhere in the question they give us a title. So let's see. Now they said it should include the title sports titles released since 2011. Sports titles released since 2011. So I'll go back. Sports titles released since 2011. Go confirm so that you don't make any error. Sports titles released since 2011. Sports title. So there's an S after the sport title. Then you click on finish. So clicking on the finish button, so you have the report. So let me remove this magnifier so that you can see it clearly. Okay, here is it. Sports titles released since 2011. So what is the next thing the instruction says we should do. It said it should be displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. Let's see whether it is fully visible. Okay, now we have different kind of view for report. We have report view, print preview, layout view, and design view. So when it comes to reports, I like working with layout view and design view. For example, if I go to layout view, see what will happen. So I will be able to lay it out properly. So clicking on this, so you could come to format and use can bolding it so that it can be, you know, conspicuous. That is that. They say at the top, they didn't tell us whether center or something. Also, you can also pick all this. You can pick the first one and press down Control key to select for multiple selection, to select every one of them, multiple selection, and then you make it bold and make the color black or automatic. So that is neat again. So then remember that we did not sort the other time. They asked us to sort, so you could come back to layout view and sort. So if you want to sort, they said we should sort in ascending order of release here. So you go to release here, please pay attention here, click on release here. If you click on release here, nothing will happen because this is just a label. So if you click on this, this is the data. When you click on it, you can come back to design tab and see group and sort. But if I click on the label, the group and sort will not be active. But if I click on the data under it, release here, it will be active. So I could actually click on group and sort, then I say add the sort. So the question say sort by release here in ascending order. Ascending order is smallest to largest, and that is what you have seen. It has sorted it. And when you are done sorting, please don't click here. If you click here, you are deleting what you have sorted. You click here to close this dialog box. Okay, good. Then it has sorted it in ascending order of release here, 2011, 2012 till, you know, we have 2020. Okay, ascending order of release here. So we have done that. Then it asks your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. So they didn't actually tell us whether at the footer or at the header. So now, but I'm going to explain that. So now to do that, I would advise you to put your name and go to design view. This is design view, you can see it, or you come to home tab and go to view, then go to design view. So for you to put your name, this is the report header, this is the page header, and this is detail, and this is page footer. So anything you put in the header or footer will appear on every page. So that's why it is good to put it on page footer, on every page if it is footer, and if it is as the header, put it on page header so that it will appear on every page. But if you put it on report header, it's going to show on the first page, and if the report has 20 pages, it will not show on other 19 pages. So what do? You come to the design tab. You will be using design tab often, especially whenever you come to design view. So look for label. Please don't make mistake. What you want to do, you want to give it a name. So it is label, not text box. This is not Microsoft Word. So you come to label. So when you click on label, drag it open here. Since that is, we are putting it in page footer to appear on every page. So they said your name, center number, in my case NG000, and candidate number 0000. Okay, good. So having done that, what's the next instruction? Let's see. Save and print. But before you print, you need to go to print preview or report view to see the way your report will look like. That is print preview. Look at it. Can you see the name you put is now showing? You can see that the page number, the dates is showing. Okay, everything is showing. But then it's as though something is overlapping here. This thing is not showing properly. So what do? So you go back to the question and look at what the question says from the beginning. Okay, from the beginning, using field from both table, produce a tabular report that select, then fit on a single page, includes all the title, only the title displayed and everything. Nothing should overlap. So what do? You come back to that report and align it. So the best way to do that is layout view. So when you get to layout view, pick the title of this, click on this, then open it up such that it does not go beyond these broken lines. These are the benchmark for whatever alignment you want to do or layout. So click on these two and adjust it. Nothing should be hidden. Okay, multiple selection, so you have that. Good. Then adjust it carefully, then pick these two, open it up a bit. Nothing should be hidden. Global sales, and remember they said it's going to be to 3 decimal places, and that's what we are having here. Then genre, pick the genre and adjust it. You see this is bigger, click this and then move it a bit. Just adjust it carefully. Nothing should be hidden, nothing should overlap, no item on the report should overlap. Okay, then adjust it. Okay, then the next one is release here, so click release here, adjust it also to this side to create space at this other side. So move rank, adjust it a bit, rank this. Okay, and pick this and open it up a bit. Nothing should be hidden. Okay, you need to look at it through and be sure nothing is hidden. Okay, and be sure nothing is hidden. Now if you see that it appears as though it doesn't want to contain it, one thing I will advise you to do, go to page setup and pick the correct paper. In this case, okay, instead of letter I'm using A4. Pick A4, very important. And when you pick A4, you'll be able to adjust everything. Okay, A4, ensure that nothing is overlapping. A4, and then it is portrait. Nothing is overlapping. Okay, so now maybe something is breaking out here. Oh, this is the reason. So you click on this and adjust this. Nothing will overlap. Can you see now? There is no green line in this side of it. So good. This will make it contain the size of the paper. Okay, then nothing is hidden, nothing overlaps. So your work looks professional. Okay, good. Okay, good. Then pick this, move it a bit to create space for the other one there. Okay, this, okay, this and this. Nothing is hidden. If you look at it through, nothing is hidden. So this is perfect. So you could click on this and go to format. You could make it automatic black and bolding it so that your name will appear very well on it. So this is perfect. Okay, so with this you could just go to print preview and see the way it looks on paper. So look at it, this is the way it looks on paper when you print. So then when you have that, you can save it as your printout. So I'm going to print to PDF just to save it a PDF as my first report. Okay, first report, and then I have that. So I'll just save it in my work area. Where's my work area? And call it sport titles with this since 2011, and I have that. So that is printed. So the first report is done. You can see the way it looks. Wow, this is very correct. Okay, you can see the way it looks. Okay, so I can close this and go back to the question. So I'm done with the first report. You see how we did it carefully, and the first report is 6 marks, and that's what we've done. Let's go to the second report. That is step 22. Using feed again from both tables, produce a tabular report. And I want you to pay attention very well here. So from both table, you come here, So you can close the print preview here. So you go to create. I told you anytime the instruction says create a report, the first thing you create is a query. Every new report you have is based on a query. So you create a new query. So you can close this for now, save and close. Okay, save and close. Then come to create, go back to query wizard, and then pick and bring the magnifier. So go back to simple query wizard and say okay. The question says from both tables. So when you get here, don't just rush at it. Look at it from the table, from both tables. This is a query. The query we saved as step 21. So open this and go to each of the tables. The first table is platforms, pick it. The second table is games, pick it. Or if you like, you can pick the games first. Okay, game first, then platform, pick all. Okay, you have that. Next, and save the query as step 22. So it will be good for us in case you want to debug step 22. Okay, good. Then click on finish. So you have the query. Here's the query, step 22 query. So go back to the question for step 22. Select the records. That's the instruction. Select the records where genre is action or adventure. I want you to pay attention here, or adventure, because the question is talking about or. Whenever you use or for this, how do you handle this kind of question where genre is action or adventure? So you go back, go to design view, home, design view of the query. So then you come to the table, the grid. Okay, where genre, the question says where genre is action or adventure. So you come to genre. So in the criteria row, this is the criteria row, under genre, adventure, or what does the question say? Where genre is action or adventure. So you type action or adventure. Okay, before we do it, let's see the total number of records we have. So that really helps. So you know, as you are progressing, you can visually see if there is an error. So here I think we have how many records? We have last record, we have 500 records. So now let's go back to design view, genre, action, or you see the way I put it, or adventure, action or adventure. So then you run it. Let's see the difference. Run it. Oh, good. Let's see the number of records we have. Let me go to last record. So we have 97 records. That's when you know that what you have done is correct. So then let's go back. What's the next thing? Let's go back to the instruction. Then rank is 200 or less. 200 or less. So 200 or less, that is a rank. So we go back again, rank, go to rank, okay, you come to rank under the criteria row, 200 or less. 200 or less means, I told you the other time, less or equals to 200. Then we run it. Let's see how many records we have. How many records do we have now? 42. Good. We have 42 records. So it has filtered out, using those criteria we specified. Then the next thing is contains a new field called discount price. Now whenever you are creating a new field in a query, let's say the field does not exist in any of the tables that make up the query, that kind of field is called a calculated field. I call it a calculated field. That's what it is called. So once you create a calculated field called discount underscore price, any field that is created at runtime which was not available in any of the tables is called a calculated field. So the name of the field according to the instruction is discount price. So You go again, go to the design view, and then you scroll. Let me remove the magnifier so that you can see clearly. Okay, then you scroll to this side to the last column. So yes, there is a space here. So instead of field, under field, you create it discount price. So you type it according to the spelling, discount underscore without any space, underscore price. Then you put a colon. Very important, very important. This part is very important. I want you to pay attention to it. So discount underscore price, then you put a colon. The moment you don't put a colon and you put a space, then you begin to experience difficulties. So discount underscore price, then put a colon. Putting the colon will allow you to put the equation or the formula that will generate the discount price. So let's go back to the instruction. Then it says contains a new field called discount underscore price, which is calculated at runtime. This field will display the new price after a 5% discount has been applied. Use price multiplied by 95 divided by 100. So they have given us the formula to use: price multiplied by 95 divided by 100. So that means 95 divided by 100 will give us 0.95. Then it should be multiplied by price. Why? Because it's a discount, so it's less than 100%. That's why we have 95. It's actually 5% discount from the price. So 5% discount from the price means that 5% subtracted from 100%. That's how we got this 95 that is here. So it's going to be price multiplied by 95 divided by 100. So price multiplied by price, so you put price multiplied by 0.95. How did I get this 0.95? Because the question says 95 divided by 100, and in decimal that is 0.95. Then you run it and see what you get. You run it, let's see whether we'll get something. So let's go and see under discount price. Oh wow, we have gotten it, discount price. You see that? Then let's look at the instruction. Let me remove the magnifier a bit. So the instruction says that format this field to display currency. So discount also should display as currency. So you go back, go to the design view again, and click this. Click inside this new field you just created called calculated field. Then you come to open the property sheet. You see the property sheet under design tab. Click it, open. Then you can set the properties for this field. So scroll again, make sure your cursor is in, and come here inside format and pick currency. And if you remember from the instruction from the beginning, they said every currency we have should be displayed to 2 decimal places. So we need to come back there and set that to 2 decimal places. So how do we do that? I will show you now. So after you have set it, as your cursor must be inside this cell where this discount price is written. Then you bring your cursor here, select currency, and under decimal places, click here and pick 2 decimal places. And after that, you can run it and see the difference. Okay, let's run it and see. Wow, can you see? Discount price is giving us the the dollar sign, and every currency should be the same. So this is dollar sign. Which one? Price also should be dollar sign. So that means we need to format this one also to dollar sign. I think we did that initially, so I will go back and do that for price dollar sign, because every currency should be the same price. So I'll click here and come to format and make it currency, and decimal places I'll make it 2, so that okay, everything is okay. You can see price also dollar sign. You can see dollar sign. Okay, and it's still 2 decimal places. So having done that, the next thing is shows only the fields So the moment you get to shows only the field, game title, rank, genre, console name, release year, game publisher, price, and discount price in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data, just like the one we did the other time. So what do? I go back and begin to pick. So you save this step 22, then you go to create and go to report wizard. Then you are creating the report based on the query you created in step 22. So you pick it in the order they have given you. They say shows only the field game title, so you pick game title. Then the next one is rank and genre, then console name, then followed by release year, then game publisher, price and discount price, and discount price. You can see in that order. Okay, I've picked that. Then I go to next. Now because they say do not group data, that's why if you click by this, it's going to group the data. I told you, if you see it in multi levels, that means it is grouped. So you pick it here, everything is on the same level, so they are not grouped. So you go to next. Now here they talk about sorting, so you may not need to sort here. So click next, tabular report, adjust the field width. Then what else? As a page orientation of landscape. So don't forget, I've not sorted, so I'll come back to that. So but let's go to page orientation of landscape. So landscape, next. Now what name should we call it? They gave us in the instruction, and the name is top entertainment games. Top entertainment games. Let me check the spelling again, because there must not be error. Okay, entertainment, no s here. Then you click on finish, and here is it. Now don't forget, so that we don't skip it, remember that we did not sort the other time, so we are sorting into descending order, of genre and ascending order of rank. So this one comes first. So go back. So when you have it this way, this is the report. Go to the layout view. When you're on the layout view, go to what field? Descending order of genre. So click on genre. I told you if you click on the label, this will not be active. So if you click here, it will be active. Add the sort, descending order of genre. So you pick genre. Descending order means Z on top, so descending order of genre. Then descending order of genre and ascending order of rank. So you come to add another sort. Add the sort rank. Ascending order means smallest to largest of rank, smallest to largest of rank. Ascending order, that is smallest to largest. So having done that, like I said the other time, you close it from here, not from here. This is to delete a particular sort. In case you made a mistake, you can delete a sort and redo it here, but this one is to close the dialog box, so and the sorting remains intact. Then after that, the next thing is fit a single page wide. So we have set that to single page wide, and orientation is landscape. Then includes only the title top entertainment games. We have done that, so let's just edit that. Calculate the earliest release year and place this below the release year column. Calculate the earliest and places this below the release year column at the end of the report. So what you need to do is go to the release year in the report. Where is the release year? Okay, this is release year. So which one do you think is the earliest? The word earliest is saying, now if something happened in different years. So which one is earliest? Earliest means the most, the one that happened recently is the most recent. The earliest is the one that has happened in the past. So what are we going to use? Make sure you're on the design tab, please. Be on the design tab. Come to the release year in the layout view, as I am. Then if you click on this, look at totals. Totals will not be active until you click on the data under the heading release year, then it becomes active. So look at the possible functions you can use on this type of data because it is numeric. So earliest year is talking about what? Is it talking about the sum? No. Is it talking about the average? No. Is it talking about count records? No. Is it talking about count values? No. Is it talking about standard deviation? No. Is it talking about variance? No. So it's talking about between maximum and minimum. So let me put it to you. Which one do you think is asking? Earliest will be what? That is the minimum, right? So that's the minimum, that's the earliest. So you just click on the minimum. And again, before I click, the question also said that it should display at the bottom of the column. Calculate the earliest release year and places this below the release year column. So as I was saying, that is it going to be sum, average, count records, count values, max, minimum, standard deviation, variance? No, it's going to be between max and mean. That is maximum, minimum. So now when you're talking about days and you want to say in the early days, that is going to be the minimum year. Early days, because they said the earliest. Let's read that again. They said calculate the earliest release year and place this. So now to place it under it, just select the detail of release year, which is this, not this. If you click this, these totals will not be active, but if you click this, it will be active. So earliest will now be minimum. And let's, after you have clicked on it, let's scroll down and see, wow, it is here. You have picked it. The earliest date for any of these items to be released was 1991. So and it has released it here. So it has pasted it here. So that's good. Now let's continue. Then it has the label earliest game release fully visible to the left of this value. It has a label. So if you look at this, there's no label in front of this, and they said the label is to the label is visible to the left of this value. We have gotten the value which is here, so we want to put a label to the left of this value. So to do that, you go to the design view. Please take note of that. You know those things you can do at the design view and those you can do at the layout view. So I'm currently on layout view. It is good for laying out our items, our columns, arranging it. That is what layout view is good. But for some deep formatting, you do that in the design view. So I go to design view. Yes, so when I'm there, then I come here in the design tab, then I go to label. I've told you about this. You go to label. So when you are here at the label, then you click on this and you drag it open and you type what is the information they say you should type there. Let me see. That is earliest game release. Earliest game release. Okay, good. Having done that, what's the next thing? They said fully visible to the left. Add your name, center number and candidate number in the footer of the report so it appears in the same position. So just the same method we use. Just click on label and put it in the page footer so that it can appear on every page. So your name, your center number, in my case this is my center number, and my candidate number is 00. Then what else? Let's see. Save and print your report. You don't print immediately. Now you go to print preview and see what has happened. Okay, this is page 1 of 2. Go to the last page, see the way it looks. Oh, this is looking fine, but of course some things are overlapping. You can see them here. So the best way to adjust that is go to layout view, and then you adjust it. So click on this, just like the same thing we did with the first report. Click on format, change it to automatic black. You could bolden it because it's the title. Then click on this to go to page setup. Make sure you pick the correct paper size, which is A4. This will really help you. Then come back to design tab, then pick this, the title, game title, press and control key, click the one under it for multiple selection. Then you can adjust this. Okay, nothing should be hidden. Okay, maybe you start from this the first one, you click on it, you drag it open, you adjust it, click the next one, adjust it again so that nothing overlap, nothing is hidden. Click the next one, drag it open. Okay, nothing is hidden, nothing overlaps. You look at it, scroll until you see that nothing is hidden. Okay, good. Then you go to the next one, drag it open, then okay, nothing is hidden. Okay, good. Then the next one is this, drag it open, nothing should be hidden. Okay, nothing should overlap. Scroll down to see nothing overlaps. Then come to genre, click the genre, and then this, and be sure. And the next one is rank, move it also so that nothing overlaps. Okay, good. Then pick the game title. Okay, open it up, nothing overlaps. Wow, this is beautiful. And you click on this. They said this should be under the genre, under the release here, so you can move it. Okay, good. You can move it. Okay, good. And move this one to this side, to the left of it, so that nothing is hidden. Okay, so having done that, then you can select this, select this, select this, bolden it the same way we have been doing so that it comes out neat. Okay, so this is neat, so you can do this, this, and this, and this. Then automatic black bolding, and everything looks neat. Okay, good. So with this, what do you do? Okay, then go to print preview. See the way it looks. Wow, look at the way it looks on paper. This is the print preview. So you have 2 pages. This is the last page, and then you see your name, center number, and candidate number is showing on all the pages. And then so you can just print it. I want to print it to PDF. I might call it okay, all right. So I have the 2 reports. So the top entertainment games and the sport titles released since 2011. So having done this, we are good to go. So then make sure save and print your report, place in your evidence document showing the database formula that you use to calculate the earliest release year. Make sure that the formula is fully visible. So to do this, you go back, close print preview, then go back to design view. The best place to take the evidence is design view. Then you need to take this, click and make sure you open it up before you take it. Okay, you want to see this formula, that is minimum of release year. Then with this, then take a screenshot of this, and paste it in your evidence document. That's evidence 22. Okay, I guess that's evidence 22. So they want to see this is the formula that calculated the earliest year of release. Then having done that, that's it for 27 marks. So now you see that we have come to the end of the question. So just save this. After you have print, save, close, save, close. Just open the first report, print the second report, print, and we are good to go. Now we have come to the end of the question paper 2 October November 2023. In this video, here is database solution. You can click on the links there for the document production, then presentations. So please click like on this video, share it with your friends, and then subscribe to our channel, and you enjoy all the wonderful videos we'll be bringing, solving past papers to prepare you for your exams. See you next video. Bye for now.